I was eating a compressed biscuit, but the next second, a tiger suddenly rushed out. It turned out it was attracted by a mouse. I had no choice but to throw the mouse over. My name is Pai Patel. I had been drifting at sea with the tiger for over 90 days. I gave the tiger the last bit of water I had. I held him in my arms and quietly waited for the end. But when I woke up, I didn't see heaven. The boat had already reached an island. I climbed off the boat. To my surprise, the plants there tasted delicious. When I ventured deeper into the island, I heard a strange sound. There were many little meerkats standing by the water. They noticed me too, but they didn't attack. The tiger was nearby, enjoying his food. Then I jumped into the water to take a bath. It felt so good to finally relax, and I couldn't help but swim around happily. But when night fell, the animals quickly climbed up the trees in fear. As I rested on a branch, I suddenly noticed the water had turned into strong acid. Countless corpses were floating on the surface. I picked a glowing flower and opened it. Inside, I found a human tooth. That's when I realized this place wasn't safe. So the next morning, I packed some food onto the boat. Then I hurriedly left the island. During our journey, the tiger tried to catch fish, but he wasn't very good at swimming. I found it amusing until he suddenly started swimming toward me. I panicked. I pulled up the rope and climbed onto the boat. The tiger circled nearby, but he couldn't get on. Then I found an axe. It was the perfect chance to end it. I let out a shout and raised it high, but when I saw his pitiful eyes, I couldn't do it. When night came, I pushed the raft into the sea. Then I lowered the ladder and let the tiger slowly climb onto the boat. The next day, I moved all the food onto the raft. While checking the nets, a fish swam into the trap. I quickly lifted it up and struck it several times with the axe. When it stopped moving, I burst into tears. It was my first time taking a life. I tossed the fish onto the small boat and whistled. The tiger came out and ate it. And just like that, this routine went on for a long time. Eventually, I reached a beach. But I was already exhausted. The tiger jumped out of the boat and walked straight into the forest. I thought he would turn back to look at me, but I was wrong. And I cried. So, do you think a tiger and a human can truly be friends? Please leave your thoughts in the comments.